Good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck Gentles. I want to welcome you back to my channel. What you're looking at here is our side-by-side, and Cheryl's unloading some of our dry washing equipment. We're going to do a little dry washing today and a little metal detecting up in the Bradshaw's. These are some dry claims up there, and we're going to attack them today and see if we can find a little bit of gold. You can see around us here, it's pretty rugged country. And the creek is quite a ways away from us. You can just barely see down over the edge here, right where I'm pointing. That's the creek down there. And that's where we're going to be dry washing. I'm not going to metal detect down there. But Cheryl's going to, and we're going to get the equipment down here in a minute. All right, guys, so Cheryl's going to be working about 100 yards up from where the bike is, down over the edge of the creek bed here, and that's the gas can, and we've already packed the equipment down, and the blower's set up, and the dry washer's actually set up, and she's starting to dig to get ready to go before we fire up the dry washer. This is a spot we've been to in the past, and we decided to come back and finish where we were before. Okay, guys, Cheryl's adjusting the slope of the machine just so we get a good flow through it, and at the same time are catching as much gold as we possibly can in those riffles. And once that's set up, then she'll start digging and throwing material. So I'm sorry for all these clips here. I had a problem with the shotgun mic, and it wouldn't work. And didn't know it till I had recorded all day long. So you're going to be hearing my voice like this throughout this video. Anyhow, so Cheryl's having a little problem getting it leveled here, where you can tell by all the boulders and rocks and everything that's in the way. It was a hard setup, but she finally gets it. And as soon as she does, we'll be on our way. We're just waiting and waiting. Okay, be back. Okay, guys, this is what the stream looks like going downstream, and this is where I'm thinking I'm going to detect. And it's been tore up for years, and it's a really hard area. The entire area is just littered with broken bedrock and just big boulders from when it floods. But there's good material in places in between all the rocks, but it takes a long time to separate everything and figure out where the gold is. So when you're doing day trips, it takes a while, and this has taken us a while, and I'm getting ready to go downstream now and do a little detecting down there and see what we can find. Okay, guys, this is what we're going to be using to do our metal detecting downstream. If you look real close, it says Gold Monster 1000, and it was new a few months ago. I've had it out several times now. Once you're looking at that coil there, I've got black tape around the coil to keep the black sand from getting in around it. And what you're looking at here that I'm pointing at is the stand that keeps this from flopping over while you're checking for gold in your scoop or in your hand, either one. But this thing is really top heavy where that control box is I'm pointing at there, and it wants to flop over on its side. And a lot of times it'll flop over, and you can actually crack the case that the control box is in. So anyhow, this is what we're going to be using. We're going to go downstream and just see what the heck we can find down there. Hopefully it's yellow. Okay, guys, you're looking at some gorgeous bedrock downstream. I'm about a quarter mile downstream now, and it's just nasty. And so far, I really haven't heard much in the detector. Usually you're picking up little metal chunks and things like that, but you can see all this cobble laying on the side that's been busted up. And this creek gets worked really hard, or it has in the past anyhow. But I detect this little spot here, and with all that nice bedrock, with all the cracks that's got material in it. And unfortunately, which I don't show here, or I didn't show here, there wasn't anything in it. It was plumb empty. I mean, absolutely nothing, not a speck. Alright, guys, I decided to show where I was working with the detector, and what you can't see here is I'm running the camera with my right hand and I'm detecting with my left hand, which isn't normal for me. But as I'm going over all these cracks and all these crevices in this, and this, you can tell where this had flowed on the one bank. I'm not sure if I show it here or not, but and that was flowing right over all this bedrock that's all broken up like this. But there, like I said before in the previous clip, not anything. There wasn't a sound in there, and that was really amazing to me. That there should have been something. The way that bedrock looked, other than a lot of people had been there before me, and I'm sure that they worked this over hard with even higher end detectors, with a MindLab 7000 or 6000 or even the 2300 or the other detectors would have picked up a piece of gold in that easily, but there was nothing in it. No metal, no nothing. So it was kind of a disappointment, but all right, be back. Okay, guys, what I'm trying to show here is the detector's laying with the control box down in the creek and the coils up on the bank, and it's a real high bank, but it should have been like something in this bank because that was on the flow side of the creek, and again, it was absolutely quiet, nothing there, and you can see the broken up material here. I'm showing that somebody in the past had broken up all this bedrock and I'm imagining they gone through it, or they dry washed it, or they dredged it, or something. I don't know what they did, but they really cleaned up this claim. I mean, that's the hardest place I've ever been to work. And you can see that's the top of the hill, way up there. You can still see a piece of bedrock way at the top where I'm pointing. And that's probably 50 feet up there. But anyhow, for this portion of it, we didn't find much. Matter of fact, we didn't find anything. So I guess I'm going to have to hold off and see what Cheryl brings us. Hopefully she brings us some gold here because she's working hard upstream. Be back. Okay, guys, what you're seeing here is the back of the side-by-side. That's the water jug there on the right, the black cleanup tub from the dry washer, and that's the material, one of the pans that Cheryl brought up from way upstream there, about 100 yards up there. And we're going to have her pan it out, see if we can't find some of that yellow that we've been looking for. And I didn't find. Hopefully she finds it. All right, guys, let the panning begin. This is pan one of run number one for Cheryl. And she's already screened it down, and she's been working this pan for a little bit. I didn't want to hold it too long here. It's really nasty material. It's got a lot of clay in it, a gray clay. And it dirties the water right away and makes it a little hard to see, but it's not too bad. And I think you're going to see some color here in a second. I think it was in pan one. I think we got like a piece in each pan, if I remember right. Remember, I'm doing this from memory, telling you what's going on, so wait till Cheryl fans that back. And we should be seeing color. We should be seeing color. We're not seeing color. Oh, yep, there it is. Up there in that corner. Right there. All right, that's it for the first pan. Okay, guys, this is pan number 2 of run number 1. And I tried to shorten this one up a little bit more than the last one. And Cheryl's going through the material fairly quickly here. And you can see we're getting a little bit of black sand. That was kind of disappointing. There wasn't very much black sand in here in any of the runs. But we stay after it here, and we're going to show you some gold, I hope, here in a second. Like I said before, trying to remember 5 or 6 pans of what you got is just not as easy as it sounds. So anyhow, she's working here and fanning it back, and it's nothing in that pan. Okay, guys, pan number 3, run number 1. Same story, it's already been screened. Cheryl's panning it down very fast in this one. This is probably going to be the shortest clip. Just looking at the time. So we're looking for gold. Always looking for gold when you swirl that around. And are we seeing anything? Are we seeing anything? Okay, guys. Well, it's back to detecting. I found a spot way up out of the creek. I'm probably 200 yards out of the creek, and we're looking at here is quartz. There's quartz everywhere. A lot of it's bull quartz. A lot of it is mineralized. A lot of it is crystalline quartz with black sand stringers through it, being hematite or magnetite in it. So this might be a good spot. Now I'm going to come clear up almost to the road coming in here in one of the next clips, and we'll have to stay tuned here and see what we find. You know, we're not doing good with the gold, so we might as well do good with the gold metal detecting. Well, guys, while I was setting up to go metal detecting, Cheryl was still working down there on run number 2, and this is the first pan of run number 2. So I'm thinking it might be better. I know we find a little bit of gold somewhere, but you know, I was metal detecting. I was not paying attention to the dry washing too much. So Cheryl's going to be panning here to see if we can actually find something that looks yellow and it's not a rock. It's actually a piece of gold. So anyhow, she's doing a fine job of panning. I don't want to bore you with this, but I'm going to hold you here for just a little bit. And just to see, a lot of material this time, a little bit of black sand in it. Looks promising as far as the material looks. There's some gravel, some fine rock, and some black sand. So heavies are in it. Show me some gold. I haven't seen gold in a long time. I'd like to see some gold. We're trying, guys, honest. Okay, guys, this is the results of my dig. If you look at these two items here on the right, they look like gold. They're heavy like gold, but unfortunately, they are not gold. The one on the far right is what's left of a bullet, and I see me turning it over here. It's lead. The one in the middle there is actually a 22 piece of lead. They look dirty. They felt heavy in the ground and everything, and so the detector's finding if it was gold, we would have had it. And beside that is a 22 long rifle shell that was in a different spot than these two, but we were finding stuff that just didn't happen to be gold. Maybe next time. All right, guys, last run of the day. This is pan, I think it's the first pan. And you'll see there's much more black sand in the pan now than there was before. Cheryl had moved to a different spot and picked a pretty good spot, I think. It looks really good. And we'll see here and see if there's any color. You know, we've had enough zero pans. It's time to get one with some yellow in it now. So that's what we're looking for, is the yellow. And looky there it is. There's that one little piece. Not a bad piece either. It's not a speck. It's not fly poop. It's a nice little piece of gold. So finally, in run 2, whichever pan this was, 1 or 2, we finally do it. We get to where we need to be, and we actually find some yellow. Be back. Okay, guys, last run of the day. Last pan of the day. So if we're going to get it, it's got to be in this pan. I'm seeing quite a bit more black sand here in this other spot. I think this is second or third spot. I'm not sure which. So if you're not finding the gold, there's no sense standing there working it and not finding it. You might as well move on to somewhere else, and that's what's happened here. So now we're still looking for gold, and that looks to be like some yellow up there right in the top of the screen. Is that yellow? Is that gold? It looks like some gold. 3 little pieces there. 4 little pieces. Wow, that pan is the whole day's worth, makes the whole day worthwhile. So guys, that's what it takes, is a lot of persistence, a lot of digging, a lot of shoveling, a lot of picking. lot of getting nothing, and then you get a little bit. So we're happy to get it. Be back. Okay, guys, like the sign says, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, subscribe, ring the bell to get future notifications, give a great comment, and definitely come back soon. Thank you so much for watching.